and also good morning, good afternoon, and all that stuff. Welcome to my special video. I'm Jordan Tran, aka Tran the Man. Now, if you have watched this cartoon doll, whether you're a toddler, a teenager, or an adult, you should definitely know who this cartoon doll is. I'm talking about the one, the only Scooby Doo. Now, if you're a fan like me, you should definitely, and I mean definitely, know how the history started, where it came from. So, before I give you guys my top 10, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite Scooby-Doo? And how did what was your first Scooby-Doo? So, before I give you guys my top 10, I'm going to show you guys the history of where did Scooby-Doo come from. So, it started off with this. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? It was released in the year of 1969. Yes, 1969. Some of us weren't even born in 1969. But, it started out with this, and it started as a huge cartoon dog in all history. And then around 2000, 2001, it came out with Scooby-Doo 1 and 2. Yes, Scooby-Doo 1 and 2. It came in when they decided to do a live. They decided to do a live, which I believe it's very cool. Very cool. So, and then years later, they started coming out with like movies and, started with movies, shows, Scooby-Doo, and, it's been so cool to see every single Scooby-Doo has their own twist, and I like it. So, without further ado, we're going to do the top 10, but first, let me give you guys my honorable mention. My honorable mention, meaning they do not belong on the list, but they deserve to be reckoned with. So, my honorable mention is gonna be in the shelves. This is my honorable mention. Aloha Scooby-Doo. Now, basically, this Scooby-Doo movie is about Scooby-Doo and the gang hit the Bojia's Beach of Hawaii and for the big kahuna of the surfing contest. And then this monster came around and started to haunt the place. And so this movie this was like the first movie I saw when I was a kid. I always think to myself, like, if I get this DVD, it'll take me back to my childhood. So this movie right here is definitely not in my top 10, but this deserves to be my honorable mention. And my final one is going to be in this, where is it? Here it is. Scooby-Doo and Bat meets Batman. Now, there's 2 episodes with Batman. Obviously these 2 right here. Now, if you look inside, it shows the classic of the DVD right here, and then this cool-looking paper thingy, where obviously Scooby-Doo does the dog in, and Batman always gets mad to ruining their signal. So I think this deserves to be my honorable mention. It's not in my top 10, but it deserves to be there. Alright. Oops. Let me put this back. Alright. Now, let's get into the top 10. My number 10 is a Scooby-Doo that everyone that loves. And if you're like me, you should definitely have this in your collection. And, it's always about the quality over quantity. And you know, I always think that it's a classic, it's special, and I always think it's really a special one. So number 10, it has to be where is it? Here it is. Scooby Doo on Zombie Island. This is a classic Scooby Doo movie. Like, literally a classic. And, what I love is this is this came out in a VHS. And before they came out in DVD, these movies, like this one, came out in VHS. And I love like the little skeletons in the background, the castle as well. Oh no, this ain't a castle, this is a house. And I love the cover too. And, it has to be right there. Now, number 9. Number 9 is not a Scooby-Doo that anybody would expect me to put on my top 10. So, and like, what I love about this is I watched this movie more than 10 times. And I always think it's always a good classic movie. It's not really a classic this released around like in 2010, around that era. So this is like this deserves to be number 9. Number 9, it has to be this one, Scooby Doo Abracadabra Doo. And like me, who always watched this movie, this is basically about it's about a school of magicians face dangers from a flying griffin. Just to be clear, a griffin is a creature that is the head of an eagle and the body of a lion. So this movie is one of the greatest movies in the 2010 eras. And, I always watch this at least 10 times. And this is a classic, guys. If you don't have this in your collection, you need to have it. You need to. Number 8. How do I describe this one? Number 8 is a stellar movie. A stellar movie. And, if you're like me, if you're like me and loves a good old cowboy kind of movie, you know that this movie was released in 2020, I believe. And, I love the story behind it. So, number 8, this one, Shaggy Showdown. This is where listen, I love this movie so much. This is about Shaggy. It's about the gang went to Crazy Q Dude Ranch, and it has been haunted by Dapper Jack, who is Shaggy's ancestor. And I really love the movie so much. I love this. I love the Dapper Jack in the background. These two are having a good time riding their horse, and obviously the Fred, Velma, Daphne in the back. And look at this. Look at this. This is really cool. I love the artistry behind this. So this has to be my number 8. So number 7. This number 7 is a wonderful movie. A wonderful movie. And so obviously this movie is like, if you are a WWE fan, you know that this movie that I'm about to talk about is one of the classics, 2019, 2018 kind of movie. And, who doesn't love a good old wrestling, right? This is Scooby-Doo WrestleMania Mystery original movie. What I love about this takes on like some of the biggest WWE celebrities of all time. Obviously, you have John Cena, AJ Lee, Triple H, Mr. McMahon, Boldest Clay, and Kane. Also Sin Cara. This is a bona fide one of the coolest movies of all time. And this one has a featured episode to... They have a bonus episode. If you look down here, they have a episode called WrestleManiacs. This is not the What's New Scooby Doo. It's the if you get a little closer, it's from a pup named Scooby Doo. Now, everybody does not like the pup named Scooby Doo. I understand, but you know you can't go wrong with a bonus episode. So the WrestleMania one is my number 7. Number 6 is the all-time classic. No, these are not classic. This is not classic. This is like a bona fide, a older version of Scooby Doo and Guess Who, where they have like celebrities featured and everything included that. So you know I had to go to the new Scooby Doo movies, the best of the new Scooby Doo movies. Obviously, it has the Three Stooges, Laurel and Hardy, Batman, and I don't remember this guy's name. So if you guys know who this guy is, let me know in the comments down below. What I love about this is, obviously they have featured so many celebrities in this episode. Not all of them, but some of them. And if you look inside, obviously there are 3 discs into one box, and I love that because like I get to watch like all the different of the episodes with like the different celebrities on it, and you know this has to be one of the greatest of all time. Now we're going to the top 5. This is where it gets all down, like the top 5 of all time. Number 5 is like one of like my favorites. One of my favorites. And if you know this movie, this is a special-fied movie. If you're a big fan of like this movie, you know what I'm talking about. Camp Scare. Camp Scare is one of the all-times, one of the all-times, hold on a second, one of the all-time favorite movies ever. Obviously, we have The Woodsman, Scooby telling the spooky story, the rest of the gang gets scared, and the fish monster back here. And also, they have a mystery. They have a bonus episode called Beware the Beast from Below. It's from Mystery Inc. So the Mystery Inc. looks like this. This like this. Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated. But it's not from this one. So Camp Scare is literally one of my favorite movies of all time. So literally, this is in my top 5. Now, if you don't think that Camp Scare deserves to be in the top 5, let me know in the comments below. Where do you rank it? Alright. Number 4. Number 4 is listen, everybody loves this movie. I think this is one of the greatest Scooby-Doo movies of all time. Like, literally, the classic. And I had to get this one in the collection. So, number 4. Scooby-Doo Goes Hollywood. Now, if you look inside in here, look at that. Scooby-Doo with cassette tapes. And then the DVD with Scooby-Doo in shades. Shaggy running the camera. This is awesome. And the back too. Look at that. Look at that. It's so cool. What I love about this is, you know, this is like one of like the all-time favorites. And, you know, I always think to myself like, why isn't this in the top 10? And I do believe this is the best movie in the world. So, number 3, well, I was supposed to put this movie in number 3, but I don't have it. I don't have the box in the collection. I wish this should have been there. But good thing. Oh, the number 3. It was supposed to be Scooby Doo and the Cyber Chase, and I don't have the box and the movie, which I'm gutted about. So I'm gonna leave you guys a photo right here. You see here, Cyber Chase. Now, the number 3 in the collection in the movie is one of the best, like literally one of the best movies in the world, like literally in the world, and you cannot go wrong with this. You cannot. And if you have watched it more than 20 times, more than 20, you know that this movie is a hit. So the number 3, it's in here in the shelves. Let me move this to the side. Scooby Doo and the Witch's Ghost. This is like one of the best movies. This is about when the gang meet a famous writer by the name of Ben Ravencroft. He invites them to New England for the biggest autumn harvest fest. Things takes a supernatural detour when they learn that the place is haunted. This is one of the greatest movies, and they had a girl band in there called the Hex Girls. And believe me, those is, if you have not seen the Hex Girls, I'm gonna leave you a photo also right here. The Hex Girls. See right there? But anyway, this is considered as one of the best movies in the world. This is definitely in the top 3, and you know what I'm talking about. Now, number 2. There's no doubt that I had to put this in the top 10. Literally in the top 3. If you haven't seen this movie of all time, you know that when you watch this movie, you know that you have to go back in 1975 or 19 something to see this movie. This movie I'm talking about, Scooby Doo and the Ghoul School. Now, Shaggy and Scooby learned there are things even scarier than homework. And they signed up as gym teachers for Miss Grimwood's School for Ghouls. And obviously, the daughters are famous monsters. So obviously the famous monsters, one of them is the Mummy and the Frankenstein. And obviously the girl ghouls were kidnapped by Revolta. And you see that right here along with his maintenance. So, oh, forgot to mention, there's the vampire here. And if you look inside of the DVD, there's the Frankenstein, his little son, or I believe. And look at this. How cool is that? You see, you got the Frankenstein, the mummy, the werewolf, the ghost, and the vampire. I believe there were 5, right? So, I mean, look at the art. Look at the art. It's so beautiful. And this has to be in my top 2. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, what's the number 1 movie? And the number 1 movie is a super duper classic. It's a classic Scooby Doo movie. And the cool thing is, I haven't even opened it yet. It's so valuable. It's so unique. And if you like me, who has a special DVD, you cannot, and I mean you cannot, watch or open this movie. This is a classic movie of all time. Oh, I changed that. I did open it. But this number 1 movie, Alien Invaders. This is a bona fide classic movie. And if you have seen this movie in 1973 or something like that, I I need to figure out where this is released. Hold on, I'll be right back. Change that. The Alien Invaders came out in 2000. And, you know, that's like my era in the early 2000s. And let me tell you. Oh. This movie is a bona fide classic. And like me, who always think this is a valuable piece, this will always be a piece in my heart. And that is my top 10. Now, I know I left some out, but I had to. So obviously you saw my honorable mention that it was Aloha and Meets Batman. But there's also some honorable mention that I should bring out. Like the whole thing of Scooby Doo, Where Are You? This is a bona fide classic. Was the first Scooby Doo came out September 13th, 1969. How do I know that? I just know. Plus, who doesn't love a good old history? The next one, the next honorable mention, the first and second series of Scooby Doo and Guess Who, season 1 and season 2. Now I'm hoping there will be a season 3 because I need that movie. I need those series. And the fun fact is, I'm actually watching one of the episodes. And the cool thing is, this was only released 5 years ago. And this is really cool. That is really cool. And then the last honorable mention, it's in this DVD right here, in this box. So, the two are this one and this one. The Mummy and the Samurai Sword. Now, these two are considered as the top 10 of the best Scooby-Doo movies of all time. And I do agree with that. And I believe that like any Scooby-Doo that has 4 DVDs into one box is that deserves in the collection. So I have that one and this one. Now I have 2 of these. I don't know why. Yeah, I have 2 of these. I don't know why, but it's considered as the best. But anyway, that is my top 10 Scooby-Doo movies of all time. If you guys agree or disagree, Alright, that's it. That was my top 10 Scooby-Doo movies of all time. If you agree/disagree, let me know in the comments down below. And also, let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite Scooby-Doo movie? Alright, so if you have not subscribed me last time, please hit that subscribe button. If you want to get notified, please hit the notification bell. And also, I hope you guys have a great day. And I hope you guys have a good day. Bye, everybody.